Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 9. All the hosts back in studio today. Let's kick it off with an update from Marcus about his garden as he brought in some pickles and peppers today. How's it going? What have you been getting out of there?
It's not too bad. I found yesterday that I have my first
Yeah, that one thing.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
That one thing. Yep.
All right, good update. That was it.
Mitch McConnell moment.
scrubby bathroom
Loofah.
I have my first loofah growing, and it's only about big.
About 4 or 5 inches,
Yeah.
which I've heard is average, honestly. Anything more than that is too
Yeah.
much, you know.
It's
If
painful.
you're at 6 or 7, I'd fucking throw it away.
My potatoes are dying off up top, so those may or may not be ready. Haven't been watering a lot. Now I'm gonna start watering again. My lettuce has gone to shit because I'm too lazy to go out there and collect it. I have 3 cantaloupes growing.
Oh shit!
What are you gonna do with 3 cantaloupes? Because
No
I can't
fucking clue.
imagine what to do with 1 cantaloupe.
And a
Give 'em to
shitload of
us.
cucumbers. Oh, and I
Buddy,
picked
it's
one
all
sweet
you.
corn last night and cooked it. Fucking delicious.
So
How'd you cook it?
I boiled it
how'd you boil it?
Well,
in
I'm
water.
a grill. I'm a
on the
grill
stove.
man.
In
Are you
oil.
I
really?
leave it in the
Salt.
dude. Leave it in the husk. Throw it on the grill. Delicious.
You know what?
Yes.
Maybe I'll try that.
It is better.
because I do
We-
have a couple.
It
I
is
mean,
better.
yeah, like sometimes like the end will get burnt because like the husk at
Well,
the very tip of it
yeah,
is a
well,
little
whatever.
thin.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm fucking lazy, man. I love it.
You can either do it in husk or peel it, olive oil it, it's a little salt and pepper, and cook it like
Everything's
that.
always
Ooh,
better
some
in the grill, though.
tinfoil.
Get some tin,
Oh, yeah,
tin
'cause-
bowl.
My thing is like it's just me cooking, so I don't want to like cook shit inside. Like if I was to boil the sweet corn inside and then go out and grill my burgers and then bring it all inside to eat, it's like fucking one thing's gonna be cold by the time I'm done and starting the other one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this, cook it all on the grill if I can, and then bring it inside.
It's all about
fair.
timing. But
My
Like
kid
balance.
bad at that.
yeah, got some hot peppers. I've been getting really nice big strawberries this year, so that's nice. Hopefully, I don't kill them when I
Didn't bring any of
winterize them.
those in.
Well,
It's because he
fucking
walks
swing
out to
by.
his garden, he'll pick one up and
And
eat
eat
it
it,
whenever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
He's
like
like,
when
no,
I come
not-
home from work, I'm like, oh, strawberries,
Ooh, snack time.
and then I eat them.
yeah.
And that's
I'll do it
about
when I pick kale for the rabbits. I'll see. Oh, that's a nice.
Yeah, you
bird.
need to come pick some
Yeah.
because it's getting
Getting carried
lanky.
away.
All right, I probably will this weekend.
So just go in there and chop a shitload.
Just
of it
bring
down.
the rabbit and just hover. Let him eat it. Let him just start chewing on it.
Fuck it, I could.
Let him loose in the garden.
Buddy, this isn't all you can eat. Let her rip, Gizmo.
Dude, he would actually have a blast in your
probably
backyard
would.
garden. Holy shit!
Till he just zooms away.
he would
You're like,
he would dig a tunnel to China.
Have you let him like hang around the yard and
like
stuff?
free roam.
No.
That's
You
probably
need to
a
get
good
him a little
call.
harness.
I, see, he would get pissed if we try a harness.
No, it's
What he needs is a hamster ball, but
a
rabbit sized.
big one.
And he can just
Bigger
fucking
one.
zoom around the yard.
if we had a
He
fence,
go falling down the hill.
go right into the creek.
Right in the creek. It's fucking rat. It's flushed away.
Yeah.
No,
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
if we had a fence in our yard, I would feel more comfortable taking him outside.
I have a
But
fence in my yard. Why is he never here?
Boom.
Why is he never outside? What do you mean?
well,
Brian doesn't
hot
wanna cut
right
his grass
now.
anymore.
Oh, I could turn on the
Yeah.
sprinkler for him.
They can't get wet.
What?
Yeah, they are not supposed to get wet.
House
How?
rabbits be
They
like.
can get bacteria in their fur.
Oh.
Their fur's so
Fucking-
fine it'll travel
Yeah, it's so
moisture.
fine. Yeah, it's
We're
like it's like chinchillas.
that's why outdoor rabbits.
Oh,
feel
they
like
like they
sandpaper.
like
Yeah.
they like
had dust baths.
dust
Yeah.
and stuff.
They
Funky.
seal them up.
Neat.
Yeah.
If you have to like clean them though, you like only do it with like a washcloth and just very light.
You basically just dry clean them, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you like?
Steam clean them.
Surely you don't
more
like
you
brush
know.
him, right?
What's that?
You don't brush him like a dog, like brush
Why-
him out or
why
anything.
No, we have to.
Yeah, why
You
wouldn't
do-
you?
I don't know.
His fur gets mad
I don't
pretty
fucking
bad.
know, man.
Bro, he's a long hair.
Yeah, no.
He's
I didn't
He's a
think he
long
would
one.
like hang out enough to do that, but
Oh, he
yeah,
hates
sure.
it. I'm
he
sure.
likes you two, I guess. Every time I'm over, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know about you, man."
Yeah,
So understandable.
Until-
he's starting to get used to my dad now. Finally,
Yeah.
yeah,
We just see him peek his head out from the bathroom, and then he's just like,
yeah.
"I don't fucking know
yeah,
you,"
what
and then
do
he
you
just
do?
goes
Pretty
hides behind the toilet.
don't know you.
yeah, that,
Well,
adds
my
up.
Gizmo.
That all tracks.
Yeah,
Very cool. So
I
the
mean, he
garden's
likes you.
The
gardens
garden
go.
with my negligence this year, with work changing and everything,
True.
is
And the
not
weather's
too
been
bad.
not helpful.
Well,
going
it's
from
also the
95
first
to
year
rainy to-
that I've done this back garden, and I think next year I'm gonna have to do a lot of soil amendments because my green beans. You guys saw all my green beans last year. I mean, massive, all
Growing.
bushed out. I planted way too many of them. You know how tall they are this year? I think
not.
my tallest one's about yay big.
Ooh, so about a quarter the size.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not a quarter, probably a third. But
So they're not doing too hot. So once I till it up, and I'll have chickens next year. So hopefully I have some chicken shit ready to toss in there by the
I thought
time
green beans only ever grew like 2 inches long.
Not
No.
the plant.
Oh.
That's just the most.
Oh,
That's,
okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like the bean themselves, I guess.
No,
2 inches long.
Like
Yeah, I don't know.
It's because
they
They
cut
can
'em
get
I've only
huge.
ever seen the ones in the packages.
you can get like
yeah, 'cause
3
you
out
cut
of
'em.
one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get more
Fair.
bean per bean.
Fair.
bean stonks.
That math
Beanstalk.
checks out.
Believe it or not, it adds up.
So, yeah, it's okay. A little bit of adjustments.
Fighting the weather is probably the hardest part.
Well,
of to be
that
fair.
and with work changing, and I went from 12 square feet to, if I do the math here real
probably
quick,
like 80 square feet.
Yeah,
total.
probably
by
about-
16 to, I went from 12 square foot to 320.
It's not that big, is it?
It's 20 foot by 16 foot.
Yeah, I suppose it
Oh,
is.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That math also
Yeah.
checks out.
No, that adds up.
So,
God damn.
yeah,
Bowling.
it's a bitch.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
we'll get going.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
Fair enough. Okay. Anything else exciting from the group from this weekend, week, etc.?
Bought myself a hog, brother.
Garboils.
Got myself one of them there Harleys. Got myself a.
Oh, it is a Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 93
Davidson.
Harley Davidson. Dyna Wide Glide. Has ported head and cams and makes a good bit of power. I have no clue how much. It's got
Enough.
16,000 miles. Recently rebuilt with when the cams and whatnot were put in about 1,500 miles ago. So it runs pretty cherry, except for the charging system. So picked it up last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday. Rode it home. I also worked on the Subaru that day. I would like to talk about as well.
Okay.
Picked it up, rode it a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back and just start working on the Subaru. Sunday, I also decided to take it out because I was like, I forgot what I did Sunday, but I'm like, I don't want to cook food. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Ottawa real quick and get some food. So rode there to a bar called Dockside.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a decent little bar. I had been there before, but I never when they're making food. And another time I tried to go there, they were underwater because it's literally right on the river.
It is dock side. It is
Quite
water.
literally, there is a dock there.
Yeah.
Who'd thunk? But
Yeah, that's crazy.
so yeah, went there, ate food. Had to bump start it in the driveway, which is gravel, which didn't work very well because once you try to bump on gravel, it just skids the rear tire because there's not enough traction to hold the tire to turn over the engine to bump start it.
And then as soon as you scrape the rear tire, everyone notices. They all
Oh
look
yeah,
at
I'm sure
you.
everybody's just laughing from the bar. I'm like, fuck. It took 4 tries of like push this fucking 700-pound Harley, run as fast as I can next to it, hop on it, click it up into second gear to try to do make the gear ratio a little bit lighter.
Get a little
that way
speed.
it spins a little easier. Seat bounce it, let the clutch out, and try to start it. Took 4 tries. I was fucking any buzz I had from the
Just
from the beer
completely gone.
just in me. I was out of breath until I hit the curves. Well, I actually didn't hit the curves. I just about got to the curves, and then it officially lost spark because the battery was so dead. So I'm like, fuck, this sucks. So I eventually got rescued. Kind of. They brought tools and a battery pack, but the battery pack was also dead.
Was it your battery pack that's always dead? Or was it?
Yes, it was charged, except for I used it that day to lift. I set in the engine for the Subaru, started it up, ran great. But by doing that, it was the final set in and mating of the engine was what killed the battery pack. It was like half charged.
That
Well,
adds up.
okay, so did you use the battery pack on the Subaru?
So-
starting,
sorry, yeah,
or
let me-
did
let me
you
explain
use
this,
it on
sorry.
your little forklift.
Yes.
thingy? Okay,
yes.
because that's
yeah.
how I thought
I'll say.
it
Let me
ran.
explain this. This is confusing. Oh yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. So I have a hand forklift that is a hydraulic cylinder, basically connected to a battery pack, and yeah. So using the forklift, I drained the battery pack, and then I was like, oh fuck, bring the battery pack, bring my little toolbox or like toolkit. And I'll try to fix it here, and then I'll just ride the rest of the way home because it's only probably 5 miles or so. It's not that
Yeah,
far.
you're not that far.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. It was dead. I'm like, you have jumper cables? And she's like, nope. I'm like, fuck, all right. Take me back to my house. I'm going to grab a truck and trailer. Loaded it up, took it home. No big deal. I was told when I bought it, they're like, okay, the voltage rectifier, fucking Jesus
Your voltage
Christ.
rectifier.
Regulator.
sorry,
yeah.
yes.
I'll say, yeah, I
Not
know
your
rectifier was a word, not the one I was looking for, though.
Yeah, rectifier splits your AC DC.
Yes.
Sorry.
Regulators controlling your.
Yeah, so voltage regulator, they were like, yeah, it might be bad. I'm like, okay, like fair enough, there's a charging issue. But I got 85 miles out of it before it took a shit. Or before the battery technically died. So I'm like, and that was over 2 days of riding it. So I'm like, oh, like, yeah. When I left my house to go to Dockside, I was like, okay, like, I'll make it there and back. It's been great the whole time, no big deal. Once I got to Ottawa, I noticed that the blinker, I have a little, like, I don't even know. It's kind of like a heads-up display. It's got your cluster, kind of, but it's only fucking, it's pencil thin.
Yeah, that's still a cluster.
So yeah, the little gauge cluster there. It's got your blinkers and your oil light and your high beam light. That
Yeah,
went
my
out.
car's got that.
Well, then it has the tack also died because it's an aftermarket tack. So that also
tachometer, for the
tachometer,
record.
yes. That also died. I'm like, okay, shit. Apparently we're dead. So I'm like, well, I'm almost at the place to eat, so I'll eat.
Just
Cruise
limp it
it,
along.
And fucking figure it out on the way home. Like, I was told that I can ride this. They had said that they rode all the way out to Poopies, which is on the Iowa border. It's a big biker bar out there.
Yeah.
I want
They
to
said
go
that-
there. Maybe we should go there one day.
Yeah, fix your fucking bike.
Fuck you.
So, yeah, so they had said that they rode all the way out there and back with the dead battery just because the stator was kicking up enough power to keep the bike running. I'm like, that makes sense. It should do that.
yeah.
I was just unlucky, I guess. So, went to the parts store, got a new regulator for $80.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I installed it today after work, which it was real feel was like between 100 and 105 today.
It's icky.
Fucking miserable. And installed that because I was like, I'm gonna surprise the guys and like ride my new bike here. Yeah.
You should just rode it here after work and done it in the air conditioning.
Well, it was dead still.
Could you
So I-
charge the battery at all?
I could have, but
He didn't think
okay,
that
so
far.
no.
Well,
So I
that's
didn't
true.
know. I didn't know if the regulator was so fried that it was actively killing the
It
spark.
was draining it. Yeah.
So I'm
That's
like,
fair.
I'm gonna replace it and then charge it and then see if it fires. It fired up. Like once it hit 12 volts on the charger, it fired right up.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I still think that. So the stator has a wire coming out of it that goes through the engine case. That then there's a plug that connects right to it off of the regulator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's just the one connection that connects the stator to the regulator. That plug on the stator side is pretty well fucked. Like it just looks mangled as fuck. It's very janky. There's think of a bent piece of metal with a bolt sticking in the base of it that just spins into place to hold the plug into the stator plug.
Sure.
Like it's really rudimentary, honestly.
It's literally just like a clamp out of just bent metal.
That's-
that
It-
doesn't-
Probably
it's a single
safe.
bent washer
Yeah.
that is just in place to hold the two rubber pieces
Yeah,
together.
I'd fix that.
yeah, that's not
Well,
ideal.
no. That is
That's-
from Harley. That is designed like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But like this, like I said, the stator side of the plug, it's a male and a female. The female is on the stator side, so it's just they're the little metal prongs, I guess, that are female end are just kind of blown out, and then the rubber boot around it was all kind of fucked up. So I had to trim that back to make the new regulator boot fit on the male side too. It like I said, it worked so far. I'm gonna check it when I get time, but I'm not really worried about that. I want to get the Subaru done this weekend.
Yeah. So what's the
cool.
Subaru update?
Subaru is, mated the engine.
Got it mounted, I'm guessing.
Yeah, fully put together. I only ran it for probably less than a minute. I just want to check all the engine codes. In the process of doing the engine swap, I had the exhaust hanging. Little did I know that it was not connected to the mid pipe, so it was fully supported by the O2 wires. So it ripped the front O2 sensor. It ripped the pins out of the plastic connector. Best case scenario, because all I had to do was push them back in, and
Oh, I guess that's fair.
I super glued them into the connector itself.
That'll work for
Plug
right
the
now.
O2 sensor back in, I'm like, let's hope it works.
Well, I mean, most of the time with those pins, it's just one little tiny piece that's out on an angle that holds them in.
It was
anyway.
plastic and
or
it
one
broke.
little
Yeah.
barb or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically a barb.
Shove them in
It
there
was-
as deep as they go, and
So yeah, I put them back to where they should just about be. Super glue. There was 3 wires. Super
Yeah.
glue them back into the into the plastic piece.
just remember, we don't fuck
connected
around with O2 sensors.
Yeah, I know.
Don't know what you're talking about.
So put it back together.
Electrical fires.
I was fully expecting a O2 sensor code to pop up, but started it, ran it for less than a minute, 0 codes. So I'm like, perfect.
Well, that's good.
Although
Nice.
this noise in the front end kind of sounds iffy. So
Like what- like a
shut it off,
ticking or-
like a squealing. I'm like, huh? Don't really
It's
know.
probably
Like a
just
squealing
it's been
rattle.
sitting
No.
for so long. Oh.
Well, yes, it is because of that, but it was the water pump is pretty well fucked. So
Convenient.
well, you have one to take off.
yeah, and the one that was I'm taking off of the old motor was brand new. Same with the timing
Yeah,
belt.
so-
So
Nice.
the only thing I couldn't do was reuse the metal gasket that the water pump has.
Eh.
sure.
So ordered a new one. It showed up on Monday. I have that sitting there. I have the water pump sitting there. It's been so fucking hot this week that I've had no
Yeah, I
motivation
don't
to do
blame
anything.
I don't blame you.
Saturday is supposed to be 84 for a high though. So
Yes.
gonna wake up early Saturday morning. Hopefully get the Subaru together, or at least the timing belt, water pump back on. Then start putting all. I have no accessories on it basically. The only thing I have is a power steering pump bolted up to it. I have the alternator, AC, condenser, and radiator put back in it, and then just kind of button up some hoses and stuff up top. I need a new air filter as well because I stole that to put on my Jeep. But now the Jeep has a proper air filter, whole cold air intake deal to install. So, but I still need a filter for the Subaru. Yeah, put that back on and test drive it a little bit. The last things I want to do is a transmission flush,
Yeah,
and
it wouldn't hurt.
once I get that done, drive it a bit, make sure it's good to go. If I have time and ambition to put the rear disc brake setup on it, I will. If not, no biggie. Other than that, yeah, just try to drive it and work out all the kinks before the trip. So
cool.
Sick.
Sick.
Yeah. So speaking of our trip a little bit, I've had pricing updates for our flights for
Yeah.
over a year, and it was funny because
you have the record of what they've been until
well,
now?
I have it to where because I just all of my flights that I've ever bought, paid for, done whatever, unless I specifically like when me and Tori went to Myrtle Beach, it was specifically Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
But for our trips, I've always looked through Google Flights because it shows you every flight that's available.
Yeah.
So every time that price change for either the average price or a specific flight, I get an email and a Google notification and a push notification and a bunch of other shit. Which was funny because last podcast,
last
me and Brian
Thursday.
were bullshitting about. Well, I was more bullshitting about getting flights, and our flights were $249. And Friday they pushed to $380,
Oh, you're shitting
Damn.
me.
and then they went to $399, and now they're back on the decline. So I'm hoping within the next week or two they should
Christ.
come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been looking at a lot of trends,
Mm-hmm.
and the price normally sits around $249,
Yeah.
which isn't horrible. That's what we went into it thinking that we were going to pay. So
Yeah, that's to be expected.
yeah, that's going to be
mid
fun.
200s.
But
Yeah.
And that's with the checked bag or like
that is without a checked bag. Give me 1 second,
Okay.
and I will
Geez,
pull
like
it
30
up.
bucks.
35.
for a
Yeah,
check.
by
35
like
bucks.
30
Standard.
bucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've only flown once, so
same.
Oh, wow, really?
yeah, just when we went on a
Wow.
cruise.
Damn.
Just remember, you can't drink on an American Airlines flight. They will yell
I
at
don't
you.
plan to.
That was United,
Or sorry, United.
I don't even
they
know
will
what
yell at
brand it
you.
was.
and I
But, yeah.
believe that was a COVID rule that they made up. But
I don't know.
I cannot prove.
They told me I could bring booze on the plane. They never specifically said that I couldn't drink it on
This
the
is
plane.
true.
They
You
did-
saw what happened when someone drinks on a plane recently, right?
I did. It was right next to me. It was Marcus getting yelled
Well,
at. Sir, you
person
can't have
is
that.
not
Put that
real.
back in your
okay,
that
it's not
motherfucker's
like
not real.
it's not like I had
Oh.
8 drinks and I was being belligerent.
Yeah.
I was having
No.
12 drinks and
I
was
had a
being belligerent.
mid-flight panic attack because I was so worried about everything going okay.
Yeah,
I'm
also,
just
I
sitting
had
over here
one drink
chilling.
and I went to go throw it away, and the
Stewardess.
steward, it was
Yeah.
a dude, was like,
Potato.
what's this? And I'm like, that's my little like shooter of
Yeah.
captain. He's like, you can't have that. I'm like, well, like it's only one. He's like, that's illegal. I could kick you off the flight. And I'm like, Boyle, we're mid-air right now. You want to kick me off this fucker? Give me a goddamn parachute and I'll leave.
Turn around, take us back to
Open the
over
safety door.
Sorry, like I'm just trying to keep myself calm, man.
He got you.
Yeah,
Depressurize his cabin.
Right now, our
motherfucker.
flight is sitting at 339.
Yeah, so give it another week, it'll drop back down probably.
Hopefully.
But this just might be like the 2 months out highest price.
Yeah,
spike or whatever.
Yeah.
what my guess is this is the time when people book flights on average.
Yeah.
So that's why it spiked up.
Oh no,
Yeah.
100%.
Labor Day.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
yeah, I give it another week or
it
so.
makes sense that it's going up. I wouldn't be surprised or worried about it really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was sitting at work outside and all of a sudden I got a ding and I looked down at my phone and I was like, oh, cool. Our flights are $400 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just dollars, man. Just a lot of them, but it's just
shit.
A
dollars.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Just got to buy a shittier car.
I'd rather not.
Well, you're splitting one, so you're
Well,
you're
yeah.
on the.
Well,
And you're driving one, so really the only one
Well,
you
yeah.
fucked is
Well,
Brian.
I checked the little special account I opened up just to save it, and I ended up putting more in there than I planned. So
Perfect.
I
Big
got
saver.
a little bit of an increased budget now, Marcus.
You buy a nice car.
nice.
Yes.
It'll be
Well, I
bougie.
mean, so not to spoil it, I guess, but like 2013, 2015 Subaru Imprezas,
Okay.
mint conditions are super fucking cheap.
Nice.
Like
Okay,
we're
well-
talking 2 grand.
There's something wrong with them then.
Well, yeah, it's a Subaru.
Well,
There's a
no,
lot-
no, no, no. What I've noticed with a lot of pricing is it's cheap either because it's fucked up and it's like, oh, $1,000.
Well, I mean, a lot of them
Or-
have body damage, but like
It's-
it's not like
Well, it's because the people
like a shit title or anything.
Yeah.
the people out there think they're rally drivers and they'll
Yeah.
smack it into a tree.
yeah.
I mean, if I was driving an Impreza wagon, I would think I'm a rally driver.
But
exactly.
what else I've seen
They're
is
sick cars.
it hasn't been in or it hasn't passed inspection in 3 years.
Yeah.
Which also means there's something wrong with it.
The ones-
technically.
Most
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the higher priced ones that I've seen, right around 2.25 to 3, is rust.
Most of them are rust.
The 3 that I found
I don't
for
give a
sale
fuck.
for like $2,000, the 2,500, all passed inspection
Nice.
That's wild.
to the end of like this year.
sick.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
them
this is
saved.
gonna be their last year to pass it. They were like, "I'm gonna sell this while it's on its on the
Yeah.
upper, like on the
Yeah.
decline before
Thankfully,
it
around
bottoms
here
out."
they don't fucking care.
No, there's no inspections.
If they
here.
did
Yeah, no.
inspections here, my Explorer would have been gone in
the
2016.
some of the biggest things with like at least like my Legacy is the rear strut towers. So like right where your back seat is where the strut towers are
Yes.
for the rear suspension. They rust out.
Yeah,
So if you lose your strut tower, all of a sudden your body is on the ground.
Oh
There's-
yeah.
that's what was going to happen to the Explorer.
Well,
That's
yeah.
why I got rid of it.
Exactly.
Are you planning on doing anything to the rear suspension? Because
It has new struts. I put them on after the trip.
Yeah, I thought you just. Yeah, I
Oh,
thought you did.
Yeah, they're fucking brand new.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I
dude,
thought you
I
were
have
still running like the spring
I have
spacers and
so
shit.
many fucking so much dollars in parts. Hold on,
Oh, yeah.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Yeah, because he was concerned about like once you add 1,000 pounds of gear.
After
Yeah.
the trip, I did clutch and cable at 224,000,
Wow, it's
200
got the mileage too.
225,000. I put a battery in it. Front pads 225, oil change at 240. That's as much as I know.
That's
Well,
15,000
didn't the
miles.
odometer-
Well,
working?
oh yeah, the struts. I definitely did the struts.
What about
But
the
that-
white? What about the white stripes?
White-
The struts.
Funny, yeah, funny.
Ah,
Yeah,
God.
I don't have one. I put the struts in, but it was. I think there's two. Holy fuck!
Well,
It's
didn't the
240
odometer
on it,
quit
is
working, though?
now? No, that there was broken one on that trip because the speed sensor on the trans is bad. So I
Right.
did that on that trip.
Oh, on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I did that
trying
like
to think,
day
what did
2
it-
or 3, and then also about the a new MAF sensor, mass airflow sensor.
That it turns out it didn't need.
It didn't even need because it was just
Yeah.
it was the trans thinking it was always in neutral, so it had a like 4,000 RPM rev limiter,
Yeah.
which the guy was like, "Oh, it's a MAF sensor," which I was like, I wasn't too certain on that either.
we
way.
had bigger problems to worry about.
yes.
But I still spent,
Sure.
or I think you bought it for me, and I
I
paid
did.
you back. It was like a 200 almost $300 fucking
Dude,
MAF sensor.
Jesus.
Them, them fucking MAF sensors are fucking.
Luckily,
expensive.
AutoZone had it in stock though, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, give me the fucking thing. I'll put it on, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't fucking need it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But now you have a spare.
I have a no,
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know if I have the
somewhere.
pair. I heard the spare still. I
If
don't
not,
know.
you have just the new one.
Yeah,
which
it's a
is-
brand new fucking Duralast or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
it
might as well-
works. So
It'll work fine.
I say
for a while.
when I started the engine, there
Yeah.
was 0 codes on it, so I'm really
That's pretty impressive.
That's
pretty
good, yeah.
pretty pumped.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a hand on Saturday, let me know. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, I
not
was gonna
doing
say, I'm
shit
off this weekend.
Honestly, I gotta sit there and take my time and make sure that the gasket is on nice, and then
And
make
do
sure
it.
that the timing belt is on nice and
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm also the kit I bought for the old engine had all new pulleys on it too. So
Oh,
like
nice.
Good
yeah,
shit.
basically the entire front end is gonna be, or front end of the engine is gonna be new.
Yeah,
so.
your accessory pack.
Nice.
Yep. So
Sick.
should be all good.
Cool.
Good shit.
Speaking of shit that's messed up, what about your computer? Is that working better now?
Yeah. So after we reinstalled Windows on I think Saturday, right?
Saturday,
Yeah.
After extra.
Reinstalled Windows. It was the worst Nick had ever seen.
It was bad.
It was
pretty
bad.
I didn't realize.
I don't know how the fuck your computer was even on.
I don't
It was
either.
a
Like,
little-
It was bad.
yeah, Marcus, you have no like. It
was
was
so
fucking
bad.
Well,
terrible.
so funny thing. So when Nick gave you that command prompt
Which didn't do
script
shit.
to do that, I went home and did that because I was like, oh well, whatever. For shits and
I'll just
grins,
run
I'll
random
do it.
scripts that they're sending.
Well,
Yeah.
and so I did it, and it went through the whole process. It was like, oh yeah, you had like so many entries that have now been fixed, and I'm like, oh cool. Eat a dick, Andy. Mine fixed itself.
Yeah.
No, mine was fucked, and it
Well,
still
it-
kind of is because I have probably a dozen games that are not found through Steam anymore. Which that was originally the problem. Is I tried to open one game and it didn't open. I'm like, okay, cool. Try to open settings, didn't work. The search function on the Windows, like your little start menu there, didn't work. So Nick was like, do this, and it like whatever one thing he like told me to do was like search for this on your search. I'm like, I can't even do
didn't
that.
work.
I can't open settings. Settings would not open to fucking look at
Well,
shit.
nothing opened.
The
Barely
CS:GO would
nothing.
work.
Some stuff would open.
I played
just
CS:GO for like 4 days with that was the only programs that managed to work, and I was like, yeah, that's all I was using it for. It's fine.
Anything that wasn't from Microsoft.
Oh,
would open.
Discord would not open. Yeah, there was a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the only like residual I still have from that is there's probably about a dozen games that are not being found through Steam on
Isn't
my drives.
there-
It's probably in Windows.old.
It probably is, but isn't there a scan tool you can use for Steam itself for re-recognition?
You gotta tell it where it's at.
You can
It
add.
won't
You
do
can,
it.
you can go to add
Okay.
a program and it can find some stuff. Like it'll recognize which EXEs are on there, and you can click to add them. And
Okay.
usually that works. Sometimes it does.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I'll say
it doesn't.
they have been recognized by Steam. It's just a matter of like in my little like library on the left hand side of
Yeah.
the Steam page.
Yeah.
They're just grayed out.
Well, they're recognized because you paid for them,
Yes,
That's why they're
exactly.
there.
But yeah, they can't find them in the drive. So
which you can manually put them there. But
Yeah, you might
Yeah.
just need to add them
or
in
just
all manually.
uninstall.
yeah, I
reinstall.
clicked on like the one I was trying to do was Fallout 4 because I'm like a quarter of the way through a campaign.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, it is all it's doing is asking
No,
me to.
it's his game data should be saved in the cloud.
Steam-
Yeah, the
Yeah.
data, yes, but the game itself that's asking me to re-download
Oh,
it. I'm
yeah.
like, no, like I already have it.
It's here.
I went to my settings to my apps, and I'm like, no, it's still like it says it's downloaded still. Like I know it didn't delete. It's just a matter of like
yeah.
trying to have Steam recognize.
You have to
it, so-
relocate your Steam
Which
games.
actually,
file.
now that we're
Yeah.
talking about it, totally makes sense because if you reinstalled Windows, your directories changed.
Yes.
So that's
I'll say if you put
Yeah,
your
there's
on your-
probably I have probably I don't know 30 or 40 games. Only
Yeah.
probably about a dozen of them are bad. So
It's probably
It's
one
not
that's
that
on
bad.
one, like the ones that are on your main hard drive are probably
Are
the ones that
fine.
are recognized,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
One drive.
So-
if you put TeamViewer on your computer tonight, I'll help you.
It's
out.
already on there.
probably not tonight.
Okay. Or
It's
this
Mark-
weekend.
Yeah,
whatever.
Marcus is my team viewer guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already.
He's
already
like,
getting scammed.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm too lazy to drive over here, so just team viewer and I'll fix it for you.
Did you ever figure out that actually the first time that I had you put on TeamViewer, I set it up for unmanaged access so I can just hop in your computer when you're having issues?
Didn't know that?
As you should have.
Thanks for the heads up.
You're
I'm
an
gonna
ass.
change that.
You should have used the Windows search.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You could have fixed this before. Nick
I
didn't
was
even
in
have to come
Plano.
over.
You could have fixed it wirelessly. You could have team viewered into your computer and then from there into his.
I don't know. Well,
No, because
Viewer
it
reception.
cancel your token.
no,
Be
because
insanely
I don't
laggy.
have it. It's not like if I log in, I can just hit a button and it goes. I still have to like click on your computer and log in. So it's not like it's not safe.
Well.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I did that a while ago and I kind of forgot about it.
Whatever, man.
Hey, it came in handy
well,
couple of times.
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, for us, not for him. You're just, hey, your keyboard's too loud. Let me in. I'm gonna fix your mic.
yeah, disable mic.
Yeah.
Let me
So
fuck
you're the
around
one
for a
that
minute.
always fucks up my microphone.
Yeah.
Maybe not. You
Still,
will never know.
Still liking the keyboard?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind louder keys or just more tactile, I guess.
Please,
do
God,
that.
no.
It's decent. I like the
They're
layout
loud
of the
enough.
keys.
I can't hear them over
Now,
Discord.
now that you
Boba
got
U4Ts.
well, now that you got a feel for yours, feel mine and see if you can tell the difference now.
Yeah.
'Cause I could tell immediately because I was super used to mine. They're not. It's not like a crazy like night and day, but it's you notice it like actually different.
I'll say the one good thing about how fucking hot it's been this week is I've been getting off early-ish. I've been doing eights and nines.
Yeah.
So I go home and fucking play CS for an hour or two and then make dinner and go to bed. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I sucked really bad yesterday, but the rest of the week I was doing really good at CS.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, wow, it's crazy what happens when I have free time. I get to enjoy myself. It's wild.
I'm starting to get back into that game now.
CS.
I missed it actually.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
I-
terrible.
It was a lot of
Every
fun.
day. Every day
We
I
need
can
to
play.
play some more SnowRunner, Brian.
Whenever I've got fucking
Well,
time, which
we-
I don't ever have.
We got to
Oh,
give
yeah,
that a
just
try
lost
now
all
because of that update.
Oh, yeah. Maybe tonight. Remind me
The
tonight.
literally connect and fix update is what they called it. Like
Good.
so, hopefully that'll be better. But
Yeah. Good shit.
yeah.
Yup.
Talking about good shit. Let's talk about cocaine for a minute.
Okay,
What?
okay, yeah.
This
We're
is
good?
The drug I don't make enough money to buy.
well, yeah, pretty much.
Just
But-
small doses. You can,
It's an
you can afford
expensive
it.
drug.
So every
It's an expensive hobby.
I'd just
Yeah.
rather go get a bottle of
It's a-
booze for
it's a
$30.
It's a
$30 gets you a.
lifestyle.
You get high.
I'm good.
allegedly.
Anywho.
But everyone's heard of Cocaine Bear. That's old.
Yeah,
news
it's
now.
Yeah.
terrible.
Good-ass fucking
We watched
movie.
it on the way back from Iowa.
Yeah.
It sucked.
The new news is a cocaine shark. Now
I believe it.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on.
There's probably
It is
a lot of
sharky.
coke in the
Can I
ocean.
take a crack at it?
go for it.
Narco sub
crack? I got it. I'd say.
sinks, and all the bricks float out, and a bunch of sharks get really fucked up on cocaine.
Is this gonna be the sequel? Is what you're saying?
No, this is real life. Like,
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, probably.
I believe Cocaine Bear too. Like
Yeah.
I really do.
No, this is real life. So you're close. It is drug trafficking, not subs though. They only had one real sub when they did that. Well, they had submarines, but that's super uncommon.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of time, and
The majority is just boats.
So this is off the coast of the Florida Keys.
of course it is.
A man named a marine biologist named Tom.
There are many advantages to being a
blowfish.
marine biologist.
Booty and the blowfish.
One of them is free cocaine.
His nickname is the Blowfish. Like, okay, you're a marine biologist, I guess. So this is down in the Florida Keys. The illicit drugs end up in the ocean when drug smugglers make drug drops or drop them before getting caught.
Which makes
So
sense.
it adds up there.
Okay.
So they noticed that like there was drugs washing up on shore over and over again. So they're like, I wonder if this affects any of the ocean life out here. Turns out it does, because they would take they'd make a bale very similar to the shape of a cocaine bale, filled with fish powder, which fish go fucking wild for. Drop it out in the ocean. As soon as a shark would see it, it would turn to it and go straight for it, bite it. Like, like no hesitation, not like curious to see what it is. It would immediately recognize the shape of it and go get it.
Did they specify what species of sharks?
There was hammerheads involved. I don't know all of them,
Fuck.
but
Hammered heads.
yes,
All fucked up on the.
Because let me tell you, fucking reef sharks. I mean, they're smaller, but them little
Yeah.
fuckers are mean.
Yeah.
You step on one of them, man, you're gonna miss your fucking ankle.
but they were doing the
Took my
experiment
shins.
to see if they would actually be more attracted to that than actual food. And like, from what it sounds like, they were.
Wow.
So no more cocaine bear. We're on shark territory now, and it's
Shark Week about to
Shark
hit
Week,
different,
yeah.
bro.
It's actually Shark Week right now. Super fitting for that.
Jesus.
That's what I thought this topic line was about.
About Shark Week?
Yeah.
Yeah, showed you what's up.
Not
Turns
too
out
wrong.
It's sharks doing cocaine by the pound. So it's like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
That
They're not
is,
fucking
yeah.
great whites. Jesus
They might be.
Christ.
You don't know.
Could you imagine if a great
Fuck.
white hopped up on an entire fucking kilo?
It's just
Biting.
a bull shark. What do you mean?
Well, you said bull shark, but I said, like, could you imagine a great white?
No, I know.
Fucked
Like,
up.
but the more dangerous shark is the bull shark. So
All
it's like-
sharks are
really?
dangerous sharks, bro.
No, I think great whites are fine. Or
They're
they're mediocre.
They're just bigger.
Bull sharks are the angry ones.
Yeah,
They're
but,
also
like-
freshwater, like compatible ish.
Oh, that's true.
They
You
fucking
do
swim
have
up the
a
river
point
all the
there.
time. Yeah.
Didn't they have like a couple years ago one made it to like the Great Lakes or something like
Holy
that?
fuck. That'd be wild.
No, I think the like
nuts.
Arkansas ish, which is like
That's still really far for a
2-ish
shark.
weeks of swimming up freshwater. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you see any sharks next to some like plastic bags floating in the
Don't
ocean,
go near them.
stay away.
It's not like I'm in the
noted.
ocean very often, but
No, but God, if you
Noted.
were, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, look at that big white whale."
Man, he's
Emphasis on the
moving.
white, not the big.
Emphasis on the white.
Yeah,
White.
I am fucking. Besides my sunburnt arms and neck today, yeah.
Extra pasty white.
Very nice.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so stay away from sharks, obviously.
Fuck that shit.
Fair enough.
And if you want to party, go party with sharks on cocaine. Like, good time.
You'll have a story
Yeah.
at the very least.
Very interesting story.
If we're talking about interesting, you want to tell us about your story?
So, we went and visited our manufacturers for our sheds
yes.
Tuesday, and let me just preface this by saying, man, these Amish boys are just so efficient in everything that they do.
Well,
It's
they don't get
insane.
distracted by their cell phones.
Well,
or
yeah.
the hot chips.
Well,
all
it also
all that
helps
shit. charging
that
their phones.
They just built this huge add-on to their shop, and like when I say it's a nice shop, it's a nice shop. You know, steel I-beams up top,
Okay.
nice ass shop.
Sure.
So, I mean, just so like one of the things they have kind of like cherry pickers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what they have at Menards, basically. But instead of the steel cage behind there, it's just an open platform that they built out of plywood.
Well, of course.
And so
Yeah.
when they do all the shingle work, they just ride over to this racking where all the shingles are in their different colors, cut to their edges and
Yeah.
you know their middles.
Sure.
Slap them on there, and then they just come around and they don't have to hike them up. Which normal aspect, you know, like me or you, you know, shingling a roof. Fuck. Okay, well here's the pallet, and I gotta pull it up to the roof. They just mass production shit.
They lift it up
Their
there.
paint booth is very, very nice. They got 55-gallon barrels that are all plumbed in there. But not only did it's, you know, pressurized, they have ball valves on the side. So if you want to do touch-up work, you just,
Turn it way down, give it a little.
and you just got a little paint pail there.
okay.
But one of the most amazing things I saw that day, so I came around the corner and one of the guys was doing the soffits, or not soffits,
Fascia.
the fascia up top.
Yeah.
And for a split second, because all I really paid attention to, the guy's on a ladder with a nailer, an air nailer,
Sure.
Okay.
and he's, you know, going backwards and he's moving. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's on a ladder. How the fuck is he moving?
Motherfucker's walking the ladder.
No.
What?
Even better. These guys took a mobility scooter, built a frame for the ladder, bolted the ladder to the frame, and then have an air compressor on there that runs off batteries.
It's a whole fucking
It's a
rig.
whole
It's not
thing.
even-
So this guy's got his arm up and around, and he's using this joystick, and he's just going backwards. I
So
was like,
it's not even a
shit.
poor man's sizzle.
I'll say
It's,
it's
it's
a-
the
No.
Amish man's
I'm gonna
sizzle.
Yeah.
I'll pass my phone
You have
around.
a picture?
Look at how
Oh.
fucking cool that is. It's
That is-
fucking awesome.
That is exactly what
My
I expect.
jaw hit the fucking
shit.
floor.
It is a ladder on top of a basically wagon size.
I was like, you crazy motherfuckers, this is a great idea.
Babe, wake up! New automobile just dropped.
Yeah, new height DLC.
And they
is
just
dropped.
drive them around.
Well, yeah, that's
It was
sick.
fucking awesome.
Fucking good for them, you know.
I'll see. Let me see.
Gotta
if
give
I
them credit
have
where it's
some
due. That's wild.
Yeah, no shit.
Pictures in the new
Can't talk
building.
shit about that.
But it has an
So-
electric motor on it. How do they use that?
Some of them can
I was
use,
gonna say, some of them.
I know to a certain
It's-
extent. Mennonites can use a lot of electricity in cars and
but
stuff.
like
but
90%. The only things that are electric in this
Boogie, woogie,
building are
The chargers for the scooters.
the chargers
and they phones.
and the lights.
yeah,
Like they have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
what's the big ass fans
And the compressor, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, like the brand, the big ass fans, you
Yeah,
know, like
the
the giant,
humongous.
huge
Yeah.
fans.
right.
Yeah.
They got an air system for them.
Oh, of course.
wow.
They have giant ducted fans up in the corner that blow air from windows down and out through the shop doors.
To create
They're
a pressure
all air.
pattern.
Yep. Even the fans they have in their paint booth is all
All air
driven. But
system.
here's the here's one of the pictures from the drone
Okay.
from the new part of the building.
Cool.
Nice.
And
Do you have any numbers about like how many they build per day, per week? How long they've been there?
so it kind of depends on like the size of the building, but when I was outside doing some aerial stuff of the new shop and everything because they wanted some updates of those, they had completely framed out the floors and all the walls and had the trusses ready to be erected and all put up.
Mhm.
And I was outside for maybe 45 minutes.
God, I'm erected just thinking about that. That's crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
also another
Oh.
cool thing that they had is for all their truss work, they have air-driven hydraulic clamps that push in the nail boards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So instead of hammering them, they just put them together and
It's just
and
basically
it just stamps them in.
a pneumatic press
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
sticks them
That's
into
awesome.
place. Well,
Oh,
for production, yeah.
That
you
and
have to.
I saw one of the boys out on the forklift. Now, mind you, not their whole front part of the building is concrete, but most of it is.
There's a good approach there.
He had a 52-foot shed, full speed backwards, just
Effortless, just wheeling, dealing.
and this thing's just sliding. Like he was turning around corners, and I was like, "Man, y'all just do not fuck around, do ya?"
No, good for them.
So how many
So-
people worked here, you think?
About
guess.
40.
About 2,
Okay,
3.
that's what. Yeah, I
About
wasn't sure if
40.
there was like 8 dudes who were like, "Yep, yeah, we did framing yesterday. We're gonna do the roofs tomorrow. We're gonna paint
like
on Thursday."
They crank them out.
This
So
is
they
a-
have 3 bays where they do the framing,
Yeah.
and then it'll get pushed down. Then they'll work on shingling, or not shingling, siding. No,
Siding and shingling.
siding and shingling, and then it'll go outside for paint,
Mhm.
and then it'll come back in, and they'll put the
trim-
hardware and the doors
And
on
the
and
trim and
everything.
stuff. Yeah.
Depends.
Well, if it's got
'cause
separate
if
color
it's
trim.
solid and
Yeah.
everything, and the way our siding is, it's all different. But
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, went to one of their like the Amish grocery store. Theirs, I got a giant bag of peaches for $6,
God, millions
and
of
these
peaches.
peaches were about yay fucking
Peaches
big
for free?
around.
That's a lot
Like,
of like
Softball sized peaches
probably bigger
for
than
$6.
softball size. That's like cantaloupe size.
Yeah.
Conveniently.
So yeah, bitchin' place.
Hey, they do it right out there.
They
The Amish
do.
Yeah.
They are.
Efficient.
Well, and the funny thing is so if you have a beard,
You're one of them.
you're married.
yeah.
Oh,
So I got asked about 7 or 8 times if I was married while we were there.
You didn't
I
bring,
mean, kind of. You're close.
you didn't bring Tori with you.
No, Tori's gonna
'Cause she
come
would've-
out. We're gonna go back in the spring and do a lot more pictures because they'll have a lot more of inventory there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole winter of stocking up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Another little funny thing. So we were sitting there BSing with them, and of course, one of the brothers came up was like,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
married?" And my mom was like, "Oh no." And he was like, "Oh, like, do you have any kids?" I was like, "No." And my mom just chimes in and goes, "No, but he practices a lot." And I
Oh
was like,
my
"Mom, shut the fuck up."
You're the good Christian boy.
I was so embarrassed, but I couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, "Shit, Mom, that's good."
Did they find it funny though?
Oh yeah, they were just dying
good.
laughing.
To be fair, that's a fire joke.
that is
Oh,
fucking
you know
good.
what?
Good.
Come on.
Oh,
Nobody practices all the time. Usually by himself, and
Yeah.
it's a little weird, but
And then the other funny
does it in front of the
thing.
family.
Oh, so what do they think about the drone? It was my question. Was
I'm
I?
getting
yeah.
to that right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
So
They shot it down
What did they think of your S Pen?
of my what?
Your S Pen.
My S Pen.
on your phone.
Oh, my
on your-
phone. I
on your
never
phone.
Yeah.
pulled it out.
Or your vape or any-
You're right. You're
I-
right. They would have fucking died if they saw
So
that. You doing the air gestures and shit.
Yeah.
everything stayed in the car, minus my phone, my glasses case, and then my drone bag.
So you weren't over there blowing fat clouds around
No, I was trying. I try to be respectful. I
They
mean,
wanted to
these-
hit, probably.
These guys pay me, and we
You
work
would kill
together.
an
for
Amish
free.
child.
They know what a vape and
But-
smoking is.
them. Smoking.
So I watched, and I mean, granted, the children's job is usually like
You got to be careful when you say "I watched" and then the
Just-
children.
shut up.
Just the phrasing's crucial.
It's like take care of the lawn, help with the animals, stuff like that.
right.
The not the ride on, but like the newer kind of ride behind
Grandstands.
zero turns.
You
Yeah.
There's grandstands. Or
I
whatever.
watched an 8-year-old boy on a zero turn X mark probably mow better than I will my entire fucking life. And he's just like wheeling
Or
around.
when you do it probably twice a week.
Yeah.
That's
But,
like, and that's
um,
what
It's the same grass.
you were like. Oh, they're so fucking efficient. I'm like, yeah, but like when you work 18-hour days because you got nothing else to do, then like, yeah, you're gonna. Get
Let me
pretty good.
tell you
sun
though.
up till sundown.
These
Yeah.
kids loved this drone. And it was kind of funny too because there was a
Good.
bunch of barn swallows chasing it, because all the smaller birds kind of hate the drones.
And they don't see
everything.
many flying objects other than birds around.
No.
Yeah.
So when we were at Everlast doing that, I had all the kids, watching me and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Little hat. hats?
Well, of course.
Which
Gotta keep the sun out there.
I got one.
Oh, did you really?
I did. I
Oh,
should've
that's
brought it.
awesome.
You
If
need to wear
I-
a button-up T-shirt and the hat, and I want you to. I just need to see that.
If
at
I
some point.
had their pants with the suspenders and a button up,
we can go to
and
Target,
I cut
dude.
my hair,
Get some spenders.
I would fit right in.
You would. You really would. The fucking your beard right now is almost perfect.
Like
Yeah.
here's another one.
Them all just absolutely.
This other
chuffed.
we stopped at another manufacturer who does a lot of like livestock feeders and stuff.
Okay.
So like, horse feeders, you
Yeah.
toss your hand there and then they can eat over the sides.
Yeah.
I threw that thing up. There was the owner's son out, watch me because, I hate flying when people are like, oh yeah, just take pictures. It's like, no, what do you want? You come out here and watch and, kind of let me know what you
Guide
want.
me to what you want me to get.
I got this thing about 10 foot up in the air and I swear to God, everybody stopped fucking working.
well, it's,
Yeah.
Like
it is noisy.
out of the
Yeah. Like, huh?
well, no, because I didn't bring the big one. I brought my small foldable Mavic.
it's still noisy
Yeah,
for
but
people who
it's
don't have
you
sound.
don't know that noise off
Out
top
of the
your head.
fucking woodwork.
Especially if you're the Amish, that you don't know what the fuck it is.
So like, here's that me and the whole family
The whole group.
watching me.
Dude, they got the drip.
They love it.
Goddamn.
Oh my
All those
god.
suspenders, brother. I tell you.
Well,
And then
suspenders
here
are
was
awesome.
this was back at Everlast. All the kids follow me on the bikes as I was walking back up.
That's
Fucking
awesome.
Kids on bikes.
got a
So-
posse, bro.
Yeah, I could fit right in there.
That's so
Other
cool.
than your reliance on technology.
Well,
introduced to the PC gaming.
I'm sure after about 2 weeks of kicking it, it wouldn't be that bad.
No, it'd be pretty bad.
I thought you were gonna say something
You back
entirely
to-
different.
Kicking the
Be
addiction.
back to smoking sticks and fucking chewing.
Oh,
Be icky.
But yeah, it was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. We also stopped at a livestock and feed store. Man, they had some cool shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had, which I'm gonna see if I can't order them. They had plastic like feed containers. Instead of using like the tin garbage cans.
Yeah.
But the lids were plastic, and then they had steel handles on the sides that when you were done, you flip them up, and they have a piece of plastic on them that you adjust, and it locks the lid back down. There's a seal on it.
Okay.
They're like $36.
That's not bad.
I was
Oh.
like, shit.
To order one's gonna be like $300.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be about 60.
You'll be driving
but-
back there.
probably, but yeah, great place.
Yeah,
good
my-
group of guys too.
I say my parents love hanging out with Amish. They'll go and they'll go camp somewhere nearby and go visit them. A couple times a week. Get all the local honeys and jams and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's all super pure and super good for you and stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Crazy, different way of life.
It's
That
just,
is-
and
And the Amish are one of the healthiest people. If you didn't know,
yeah.
they have like the lowest disease out of almost
Yeah.
every group because they work like a motherfucker.
I don't know if it was like
well, they don't see
specifically
anybody else.
earlier in life, but like you.
They didn't know what COVID was
When
until
you-
2022.
Like, what's COVID? Fuck, first I've heard
I
of
think
it.
my mom mentioned at some point, like I had to call Willard and be like, like this is going on right now, right? Like you can't go anywhere. Like this is a huge thing going on, and they thankfully knew about it
Yeah.
because all their
They're not completely
suppliers
shut
and
out,
everything.
but yeah.
But it's kind of weird to kind of reverse your thought process, because when you were young and your parents or aunts or uncles always talked about the Amish, it's like, oh God, bad. Oh God, that sounds
Yeah.
horrible.
Who would ever
Like,
want to be like that?
Yeah, I can live without little things, but like this, and that, or like oh my God,
Hey, just be grateful this week that you have air conditioning.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair.
yeah.
My shop is at 67 right now.
Like
It's so
AC.
I
nice.
walked into the shop and I'm like, oh, this is nice. I walked up here, I'm like, it's even better.
Like
Yeah.
AC
And
is like the one thing where I was like, ooh, man, this is nice.
Not to mention, like,
But
they don't have
Speaking of
summer
AC.
clothes. It's all fucking,
it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
dude. Oh god.
To be fair, there's something to keeping the sun off your skin makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Having light,
Yeah.
flowy stuff.
Well, and
Yeah.
like all their pants are all wool.
yeah.
So-
insulating.
But when
My
you
balls
really
is gonna
think
be
about it, compared to like,
It's probably not any worse than denim, honestly.
I would think it'd be
Yeah.
a little bit better.
I don't know about better. Wool's pretty
But-
aggressive. But if you're used to it your whole life, then what? You don't know any different.
Yeah.
It was kind of a big realization of
I'm gonna
like,
show these dudes some Lululemon shorts, and they're gonna be like,
God, I hope you're not the one wearing them. Holy
Oh my
God. Andy out here double cheeked up.
On a Tuesday.
Blinding
Freaking
everybody
Amish
with my
out.
thighs.
Yeah.
Why is the moon
Okay,
out?
their thighs are probably whiter than yours.
Yeah,
Considering they
probably.
only wear pants.
I don't know.
But
They were very white.
it was
people.
just, it kind of like, I didn't want to leave. It was just kind of like super
almost-
refreshing to just be like, oh yeah, we got the garden out back. We work all day, and we got the horses and the peacocks and the
they
goats
almost-
and the ponies and chickens, and
They almost got you.
they did.
They were trying.
They almost had me. But I'm excited to go back. We're gonna go back in the spring and visit.
hey,
My only rule is we're not going to the livestock auction because Tori will buy a fucking cow by accident.
So, hey, how was the talent out there? Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Should I go wife me up an Amish
No.
lady?
Don't.
Oh my
No,
God.
because she'd probably kill you. And second of all,
Based.
Okay, first off,
That-
why?
yeah, that's
Second off,
pretty base.
you know,
Because they get
So-
married at like 16 out there.
not all the time.
yeah,
More often than
yeah,
here
yo,
anyway.
when there's nothing else to do.
If they're 24 and single, there's a problem there.
Same with every other fucking lady
I
my
am not
age.
disagreeing.
But
What do you
like,
mean?
You do realize like there was no women out in the shop.
I didn't know if you
They're
met
gay.
It sounded like you fucking met everybody. I don't
They're
know.
in the
man.
kitchen
No,
where
we
they
just-
Why were the
Oh,
kids out there?
Oh no.
Because the kids are a bit different.
Oh, they're all a bit
Okay.
different.
Anyway,
but
just curious.
That's kind of the one thing that I don't necessarily agree with.
Women?
Like
women,
so-
their rights, their right to
God, back
vote.
back when they
like-
couldn't vote, life was so much easier.
Like when I come in or when they come in for lunch and eat,
Mm-hmm.
they just leave like they don't simply like, oh, okay, I finished this, I finished that, I'll toss it out. Their wives come in and do that for them.
Because they have to go work. They got stuff to do.
I don't know. It's like it'd take you 2 seconds, like you're already sitting there. You
That-
can just pick.
That is
up
a
and-
very typical, generic, traditional
yeah
way of life.
but
it's,
it works for them.
it's not, there's no modern influence on it of
No.
like,
No.
equality is great, except you can both be really good at doing separate things. You don't have to be really good at the same things to
Yeah.
be equal.
Yeah.
Like, I can't cook worth fuck. Well, I can, but I don't want to.
He's
So it's
just too
like-
fucking lazy.
But it's like I can go work all day and be fine. It's like, some people can't work an 8-hour day, but they can cook good fucking food. Like, okay, like I'll make that trade.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
It's a great time. I enjoyed myself. Just no livestock auctions next time.
Not yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tori will buy a fucking cow.
Yes.
I know. Yes.
Absolutely.
So
You have
I-
grass. You're fine.
We're not going. I have chickens
Well-
and a garden, a fire pit, and another shed. I probably only have about 20 square foot in the backyard to
cow can go
put
in the
everything.
house?
No,
Not in the yard. It'll be in the house with you guys. The
You
cats
got
will
a
be,
patio?
The cats would be pissed.
cats will be chasing it around or
Just
riding
get up. Hey,
it.
just buy a power washer and then keep them on the patio.
No.
And then you can just power wash the patio
for
off.
his little feet.
Well, once it fills up with dirt again, once it
No,
floods,
Yeah.
God.
Correct.
put like some hay down. You're fine.
Yeah. There's usually enough leaves back there. They could act as
The
hay.
cow can just go live with Jason and Joanne. They got a
Boom.
fenced in
Yeah,
yard, don't they?
Yeah, a fenced in yard that he just put fresh sod down for the
That's
second
perfect.
time.
They got a front yard you can fence
Cows
off
love
and
grass.
keep a cow there.
One of these days.
I feel like we're not selling them on the cow idea.
Damn.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like to get 1 or 2
Cows.
I don't know, like Black Angus
A
or something.
Beshi.
Just enough
Well, do you
to
want dairy or meat?
meat. Just enough to fill the freezer.
2 cows?
It's so much easier to just buy it.
So
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
Tori
Correct.
would want to get
Also-
a dairy cow though.
Yeah.
Like, you can't butcher 2 cows in 1 year and expect to eat all of that.
Yeah, no way.
There's no
Well,
fucking
no.
way.
You have like 3 to 4.
Yeah, like,
Turn into
well,
a
no, you
curd
get
real
1
quick.
per year and then you cycle them out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Okay.
So
I
you
didn't-
buy 2, so
Yeah.
you know.
I was like, I don't know if you've
have
ever seen a
lone
freezer.
cow.
Yeah, I didn't know if you ever saw a freezer
Oh no,
full
I
of a
have.
cow.
It's
It's like
it's a big ass freezer and it's
almost
fucking
like it's-
full.
2,000 pounds of meat or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just buy like 2, maybe 3, and then
But it's so much easier to just buy a quarter of
Oh,
a
I
cow
know,
and just be
but-
done with it.
Yeah.
not to
Yeah,
be
we
an
get one of
ass
them.
towards Tori, but part of me just wants to be like, this is a meat cow. If we want to
If
buy
you
this,
name
it's
it-
going to die in 2 years, and it's going to fill our freezer, and we're going to eat it.
And she'll be like, oh no, that's fine. And
It's
then
no,
2 years,
She's
circle
gonna,
of
she's gonna
life.
name it before you even
That's not
fucking
my
get
problem.
it unloaded.
she'll name it before they buy it.
True.
She'll see it out in the
she
pen
probably
and be
has
like,
a.
That one.
I would love to go through her notes on her phone. It'll be cow names, baby names, grocery list.
insults to
Like-
Paul Market.
Yeah, correct.
Well, not to get too fucked up, but I think we both had baby name
Oh,
lists on our
Yeah, there's like
Ew.
1 and 2. You're just gonna.
cringe.
I think I only
Thing
have
one,
like
thing
2.
two.
Yeah, it's too many.
Yeah.
Why do you want to
insane.
keep cum as a pet?
Oh my god, Nick.
I mean, is he wrong? Let him cook.
You just slow cook sperm for 9 months, and all of a sudden a little shit eating.
As long as I have a son,
Fucking
that's
kid
all
pops
I
out.
care
So
about.
hypothetically, if you're slow cooking it, can you fast cook it by like putting it in the microwave a little bit, or you know, if 98.6
That's what a
is
sauna's for.
Okay,
just
I was just thinking
underwater,
about this.
Right.
So like you know
you
you
wait,
No, wait,
no, not like that. The 98.6 part.
yeah,
Yeah.
So like you put ribs in the oven for like what 400 degrees.
Yeah,
They
it's
fall off the bone.
yeah.
Your body's at 98.6 for like average
If
80
you
years.
if you
They
put a
don't fall off
child in the
bone.
oven at 400 degrees, their meat will also fall off the bone, Nick. Yeah.
But-
But
No, hold
we
on.
stay at 98.6 for like 80ish years,
And I can
Yeah.
explain.
we don't
this.
fall off.
I can explain this.
Why?
Because we drink water.
Oh,
Ribs
yeah.
don't drink. We're 70% water, and if we get to like 50%, we're dead.
correct.
You know, it's if we don't drink water, we will just die. Whereas ribs are, I believe, already dead.
Yeah.
You know, on most occasions.
Well, like plus
Okay.
the other thing I guess you kind of have to think of is like your muscle isn't technically attached to your bone at all sections
Yeah, technically, I mean,
to a point.
connected to ligaments. and
Yes,
tendons
which
and
is then
stuff,
connected to, but like
To the
your
neck.
whole,
On the longer
your,
stretches.
your whole bicep is not connected to your bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your two ends.
Just the
Yeah.
ends. Yeah.
It's really fun watching it disconnect.
Hmm.
It's so painful to watch.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst decisions I think I made before I got my tumor out. Was I'm gonna watch this, and it was some lady's like thigh, and they just very delicately took her tendon off, flipped it back, and no, you want to know what the worst part was?
No.
Then they took a chisel and a hammer and busted these fucking tumors off, and it's like,
Off the bone.
oh god, that's gonna
That's
gonna happen to me.
That's just how you do it. There's no other way to do it.
You know, I purposely didn't watch LASIK surgeries before I went and got my eyes done because I was like, it's gonna freak me out.
Yes, but
I don't
you
wanna.
had new LASIK, not old LASIK.
Old LASIK was just staring at the sun for 3 days and hoping it gets better. You're like, damn, is it working today? Look down. Nope, still can't see anything.
Yeah, this was bladeless, but
Yeah.
same thing. Like
Well,
they cut
it's
your
still
cut your
fucked up.
eyelid, flip it down,
Well, not your eyelid,
laser it.
your
I love how like
Your extra outside layer of your eye.
yes.
I love how
Yeah.
the ones of people that listen to this are tuning out right the fuck now.
Well, it's crazy because it's like
Was
they
it
use
crazy?
two
I was
types of
crazy
lasers.
once.
One of them to cut your eyelid.
Yeah.
The other one to fix your vision, and then you flip it back up and just hope for the best. Hope your lids don't fall down.
I mean, you're just correcting a lens essentially.
Yeah, but it's weird that like, what if they just fuck up the lasers? Like,
Well, then you have a
instead
lawsuit on
instead
your
of the
hands.
correction. Yeah,
Well,
well,
to be fair,
I'm
they-
also blind, so money's not really worth anything anymore.
To be fair, they won't be able to cut through your eyelid with the weaker laser, so they'll know which one's which. If you know, 'cause
Well,
they,
yeah,
I'm
but
sure
if
they're
they do
labeled.
the stronger one for today.
they have to do the stronger one first. to
What
get
if
through
the label?
eyelid.
What if the label's a little
Oh my
old? You know,
God.
it falls off.
I'm
the
sure
machine.
it's stamped
I know.
into the
It just-
body of the laser.
It just falls off the bone.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get really good at hearing, I guess. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, get good at feeling little bumps and stuff. But
You mean braille?
I know what it's called. I know what it's called. I don't speak it though. Unbelievable.
You don't
Holy
speak it, you
shit.
feel it. Duh.
What is this? Music?
Feel it in my
Gotta
bones.
feel it. Unbelievable. You guys are children.
Oh, fuck. How long are we fucking done yet?
We're at like 1 hour.
Well, okay. I see
ran
you
out of
have on your
beer a while
notes.
ago.
Whatever Andy said, my hard, throbbing love for the boys.
Okay,
That
What
on
the fuck was that about?
that was a
on
quote.
that note, that's from Nick. I'll
Yeah,
let
it
him
is.
talk.
That was.
Okay.
I don't know if there's much to talk about that.
I mean, I can explain the origin. I
I
suppose.
guess, yeah.
So
I
Quick,
just
keep
saw
going.
that and I was like, I didn't see this.
Because you don't read through the Discord, buddy.
So we have a Discord channel in our Discord that's just podcast discussion.
Yes, which
Mainly, it's just me asking every Wednesday or Thursday saying at
the
Brian
topics.
topics.
and it's me refusing to give him topics until
Yes.
like Thursday afternoon because
Pretty much.
I never write them down.
Yeah.
I just make shit up on the fly.
The 25th, that was a Tuesday. Marcus says podcast topic: Amish tools. Andy, hog, dockside, Subaru update, this fucking heat and dehydration. Brian, I'm looking for the who, as in who asked. Me.
Just unsolicited on a Tuesday.
Who asked?
I'm looking for who?
Me. Podcast topic. My hard, throbbing love for the boys. Immediately, a reply from Brian. Just decided I'm canceling the podcast permanently.
So you heard it here first. This is the last episode ever recorded. Nick ruined it. It's over.
Yeah.
Or I guess we'll do like another and see if it's
So over.
we're so done. We're down bad, honestly. Yeah, that was just on the topics list as a little bit of a goof,
Yeah.
but still.
Or you could do what I did today and I changed some Beartooth lyrics asked for topics.
And then posted them in the wrong section.
Yeah.
You almost,
Very, very common Nick Becker.
you almost got timed out of your own server.
Yeah.
Time out.
It's like, I don't think you can do that, but
I don't know. Can I?
I wouldn't try it.
Don't try it.
No, not a time
Well,
out.
we're admins, so I don't think it'll work.
Probably not. I can't imagine you time out other admins.
No, you can't.
Fuck if I'm. And he's just like, I know you can't.
Well, because I'm in charge of Total Off Roads Discord.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one with Discord experience.
It's
so
you
I'm
and like Zach or something.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, I'll let her fucking rip.
And it's been
Figure
used,
it out, and it's like, yeah, there's
it's been used
admins
0
versus
times.
admins is basically the same thing. Except or server owner is top,
Yes, that's
Yes.
what Nick is.
but that's
Top?
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
99
Top
cents
golf?
floppy. Oh, how was Top Golf?
Amazing.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
You got- I
we
asked
could
you-
also talk about what we did, but yeah, go on.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would do it again.
Did you participate, Marcus?
Yes, I did.
He did, yeah.
And I did very
Shitty.
shitty.
Well, it's Top Golf. Yeah.
I can fucking drive them cocksuckers all the way to that back net, but let me tell you, I can't do it straight.
don't have any control of where they're going.
No, like I have control. It always goes off to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shank
But,
your,
yeah, slice
it.
Slice it.
I don't fucking know. I just hit balls.
Well,
Yeah.
and then for next time, I have a 10% off code now. So
Well,
We'll
and the
go next
funny,
time.
and
So we're gonna go
funny
next
thing that
weekend.
happened is Eric
I mean,
was up
Good.
and he had the driver.
Drive.
The big one.
the
yeah, we
big
kept
one.
using the same one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
There's
moved
only
between
one.
like the 3 top drivers,
Yeah.
Or is it-
and he,
yeah.
you know, got himself squared up, hit, and 2 things went into the range.
Hey, wait a minute.
And one of them was the ball, and the other was the head to the
Oh,
club
yes.
that came unglued.
Yeah, they're not very good.
No.
Yeah.
to
well,
be fair, they get
fully
abused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get
exactly.
abused, so I'm sure they just fucking super or epoxy them back together.
Yeah,
but yeah,
could
that was
be.
kind of funny, and I think it went straight into one of the
It did,
net
yeah.
holes, and it was like, yeah, extra points.
It went better than the ball did.
Well, you know how many times those golf clubs probably hit the
Snap
fucking
and
ground more
I
than they
can
do the
promise
ball.
you by my own hands, it's a lot.
Yeah, no, I can 100% believe that.
But no, it was a lot of fun. I
It was a
would.
good time.
I'll gladly do that.
I would love to go to Top Golf. I'd also like to go regular fucking golfing at some point.
it's so.
I've been
it's
bitching
too
about
hot
that
outside.
for over a year, specifically in the last 2 months.
We could
straight.
We just go do the Aces Scramble, and that's September 22nd. Oh fuck, it's September 22nd.
Oh, we're gonna be
Oh,
done.
That ain't
we'll
gonna
be
work.
gone. Oh no!
Damn it. I was
The
just-
only way I will
Also,
go
signing up
golfing-
for that shit, I'd rather go. I'd
Oh,
rather
yeah.
just go with a group
We
of
can
4
find a
people or
frisbee
10
golf.
people.
We're not frolfing.
on the trip.
I have
Nope.
clubs. I like to whack things.
We're not-
I don't
we're
like
not
to
You
going-
throw
can whack
things.
people with fucking frisbees.
We are not frolfing.
Marcus is gonna be really sore by the end of the day if I keep fucking throwing it at his head.
Look, the only way I will go actual golfing
Okay.
is if we either go to a driving range first or after.
Not gonna happen.
Okay.
You go to the practice range, I guess.
Then all I want to do is just drive a golf cart and get
That's
obliterately
not happening
fucking
either.
drunk.
So what you do is when you're playing a group who doesn't care, we play best ball.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
You just whoever's
If you lose one, you're like, oh fuck, who hit it closest to the fairway?
literally it's everyone
Not
just-
even in it.
Everyone just hits as hard as they fucking can. And if
Yeah.
yours went kind of the right way,
Yeah.
then we just go grab yours and walk up to the
Until
best
you get
one.
to the green. Once you get to the green, or like say like it's the
when you get within putting range, then you all
yeah. I'll say
split.
if you're like, well, actually, like what you'll do is the next furthest away. So like within chipping
Well,
range, you'll
yeah.
chip onto the green from whoever had best ball to the green. Once you're on the green, then you
that's
actually,
where
yeah.
you separate your scores out.
basically yeah.
But you play plenty of mini golf, so you'd be fine with that.
True, and I whoop ass at fucking mini golf.
Yeah, putting is just mini golf, but
bigger,
but golf.
it's not very mini.
but it's just on golf. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Real scale.
Yeah, no, best ball is so much more fun to play than individual shots.
Also, we can do the drinking
beer scramble?
the beer scramble. The
you get
negative
a,
scores.
You get a -1 to your score every beer you drink.
Yeah. So you're like every rum and coke, or like you would have to
Well,
you
I
would,
would
you would
just-
have to
I
make a
would
drink
just-
the size of a can. Though.
No, we just do it by the ounce.
Equivalent alcohol content.
Yeah. So like
Because
like my 12
a
ounce
can
versus
of
your 12
beer-
ounce. Yeah.
Well,
A can of beer at 5%.
my 12 ounce of
is-
liquor is a lot more than one 12 ounce of beer. So you do it by the ounce.
you
So
have a-
you're
You have a tolerance, doesn't count.
well. one beer is 1 ounce.
Generically speaking, yes.
Yeah.
Close enough. Close math.
So I would just do like 1 1/4 drink.
Yeah, and we just balance it out.
Yeah.
But
So every beer you have, every 2 beers you have, I make myself a regular double, which is what I drink normally.
yeah,
Yeah.
you drink
Fair.
13 beers worth in one.
Yeah. How many are you up to now? You're on your 3rd? I'm on my 2nd
And-
drink, so I'm already beating you.
That's
I had one with dinner and one at the bar.
That's
Yeah.
awfully
okay,
judgmental
so
of
fuck.
you.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Gotta catch up.
What's wrong with having 13 beers on a Thursday?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'll have 6 drinks on a fucking
I
Tuesday.
didn't drink at
God
all
bless.
this weekend, so
Oh,
You
good for
definitely
you.
did because we went out Saturday.
I had.
We went to a bar
3 beers.
and out
I had-
axe throwing.
Where do we eat it?
Oh, you guys went
Brennan's.
fucking axe throwing?
Yeah,
well,
we
I,
did.
Yes.
I guess we went
you
top
left.
golfing,
Yeah.
so
Where did
that's fair.
Brennan's
Brennan's.
in Oglesby.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
You don't remember shit.
No, I
Look at
don't.
you. I didn't drink at
He
all
was fucked.
except for Saturday. Oh yeah.
I had.
Where'd we eat?
I had 1 beer at the restaurant and 2 at the
That
axe
is not.
throwing.
That is not true.
Yeah.
Because I had at least 2. We were there for like. Over.
Okay, yeah, the restaurant we
An
had
hour
maybe
and
2. I was
15.
waiting to get a 3rd
Yes.
at the restaurant because I was like, it's been empty a while.
You went right from. I had 1 to. Okay, maybe I was waiting on my 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was trying to get a 3rd at that, but didn't. I had 2 at axe throwing. I was wanting a 3rd, but they were like last call, like,
Right.
way before close. I'm like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well.
but yeah, first
Yeah.
round of axe throwing, I won.
Nice.
Yeah.
Second
Having,
one,
having never done
I
it.
won.
So now, question: do they have just axes, or do they have
Just
the
axes.
little
Just
throwing
the
star
axes,
shit?
sadly.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
axes. But there's also like bags and
Pool table
pool,
and darts.
darts.
and stuff.
I can't do pool. I can't do fucking. What was the other one?
Darts,
Bag.
bags.
darts.
I can't do any 3 of those.
Why?
Probably can't
Well,
do
you're
axe throwing
fucking-
either.
No, I
retarded.
can fuck up an axe though.
I had a fun time though. I would go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
All things considered, it was
Mhm.
it was a learning curve the first round, but
Oh, yeah.
It takes a while to kind of build that
Mhm.
like
yeah.
axe kind of muscle memory
Yeah.
in you.
Yes.
No, by the end of it, we were just fucking.
Oh my god. Yeah. By the end of it, we were just fucking.
I remember when me
Yeah.
and Tori did it in St. Louis, and I was doing fucking underhands and hitting.
Well, so I went back and forth a lot from one-handed, like one hand, right hand,
to
one hand
doubles.
left, and then double. Like like towards the end, we were just kind of fucked around and threw for the last 20 minutes or whatever.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I went back and forth from one hand to 2 like 3 separate times. I'm like, every time I switched, I got fucked up. I just need to stick with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, overall not too shabby.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do
You'll have to go.
my weekly update on the Jeep.
When are we busting
Jeep
open these
trailer.
pickles?
You can have one right now.
Let her rip.
Yeah, I
Let her
kinda want one.
Yeah, no one's.
They're a
stopping.
little sweet still because I just did them last night.
I
Okay.
guess you right grab one. You need a fork
crack a
specifically.
cold one.
And this is not my Clausen rip off recipe. This is Heinz garlic pickle recipe that came in a
Oh
little
yeah.
bag.
Yeah. I know it's garlic. Hoss.
It's really not that garlicky.
It's not
taste.
honestly to me I need to flip the jar up to get the tops.
Or you need smaller
Done.
garlic chunks that soaks in better.
They are freeze dried. So I had to boil
That
them
makes
for
sense.
like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, just reach in there. I have like 6 of them fucking jars.
Yeah.
And I used 4 pickles or 4 cucumbers. I have 20.
20. Goodness. But
They're
yeah,
not bad.
Yeah.
They're a little too
Well, that's
sweet and
good.
cucumbery for me.
yeah, they're very pickle flavored.
Well, hand me that fucking fork because now I want some hot peppers.
Jesus, Murphy.
They're so good though.
We're trying to fucking record here. You guys
Well,
are
keep
munching.
talking.
I'm trying to.
This is the pickle podcast.
pickle cast. Pickled peppers. But yeah, I'll give my. What? What got you there?
Nick.
Okay, I'm
I
like,
heard the crunch. And
I'm like, what on earth got you giggling over there? Good lord.
having a laugh, mate.
Just a bit.
What?
Hand that over to Nick.
Do you want the peppers?
Nick, try these fucking peppers.
Peppers and
They're
pickles
fucking
and
delicious.
penises. Wait.
I can't wait till OBS cuts all your guys' noises. And it's just silence. But yeah, I'll give
This
my
would be a
week.
terrible 5 minutes of
Are they the
radio.
same kind of peppers or like what?
They're like Italian beef style peppers.
Yeah, they're like jelly peppers.
Yeah. Fancy living.
Oh shit.
Spicy,
Got-
yeah.
got some
They're not
heat.
bad.
Mhm.
Eating them by themselves, they're probably a little
Yeah,
There's
they-
good heat. Yeah. Okay. There's some good
like-
heat there.
They're sweet as soon as you taste them, and then they get a little bit of spice, but it's not like. Oh,
I started
God, I'm
eating
done.
them, and I'm like, I had my Italian beef from the bar. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna continue to eat this Italian beef, and
But
go
them are
on
pretty
from
fucking
there.
good, are they not? Like those. Would
Yeah.
be
No, those
perfect on
are these
Italian
are like
beef.
perfect. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad
Fucking
I
put
finally
those on
got
a
if
that
I
burger.
remember
fucking
next
recipe.
week, I want to get a plain Philly cheesesteak and
and just load them up with these.
load
From
yeah.
Aces?
You know,
Yeah, that's what I had today, and I was like, oh,
I
that's
was
fucking delicious.
thinking,
but-
and maybe the next time I go to Sam's Club, I'm gonna do an Italian beef because I have the recipe
Why do you
from
have to go to Sam's Club?
to get the whole brisket.
You can get those at like fucking Walmart.
Yeah, but they're more fucking expensive.
Well, more expensive on meat is usually a better sign,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually.
I'll spend more on meat. For absolutely.
Spend money on this meat, Hoss.
I was fucking waiting for
Due
it.
to unfortunate
was
reasons,
there.
I am passing away.
Understandable. So yeah, we'll give the weekly update on the Jeep and trailer. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the trailer axle, I had ordered it
seen.
last week. It showed up Tuesday.
Nice.
It didn't come with lug nuts on the studs, which
I have
Oh.
dozens.
I already ordered them.
Fuck.
Well, they're trailer lug nuts.
Yeah, I know. It's
Why do you
the ones I bought. Or they gave me a bag full of them when I got the axles for
Oh.
the ambulance.
Why didn't you use them?
They just gave me a whole extra bag. They have a 55-gallon drum full of lug nuts, and they're like, here you go.
Here's a
To be
fistful.
to be fair, the ones for my
be fair.
5,200 pound axle might not be the same as the ones for your like 1,400 pound axle.
fair, but yeah, it
it's
was
also
worth
not
a shot
Brian's
because
money.
I literally have a bag full of them. I'll never
Just
use.
put a crush washer on it. It'll be fine.
But I ordered U-bolts for it because I didn't have those. I needed a specific length.
Yep.
Ordered U-bolts, ordered lug nuts, and ordered more stake pockets. So the trailer doesn't have any stake pockets because
What's a steak pocket?
it's the part on the outside that you put the strap into.
oh,
the hook.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of those,
Because it was a tiny
Well,
house.
yeah.
It didn't need it. Yeah.
and you can't weld them on the outside of the trailer
why not?
because it's already 102 inches wide, which is the legal limit. So if I add 2 inches on each side, it's now 106 inches, which is illegal.
Okay, so question: why couldn't you just do some thicker steel walls with a piece of round stock in there, and that would be your tie down
I don't know what
on the top rail? I'll explain to
because
you.
I don't want stuff on the top rail because it's in the way of loading pallets and stuff.
Fuck that.
So you might hit it, or something weird might happen.
You could make them dry. No, never mind. Don't listen to fuck me.
So what I had decided to do is I'm going to weld them on the inside of the frame rail. So when you run the strap, you run it all the way over the rail, tuck it up on the inside, and clip it on. That way it
That's
pulls
a way
down
fucking
over
better
the
idea
rail.
than what I had.
yeah. I got you.
So I was going to order like material and make my own, and I'm like, oh, I can get a fucking 12 pack for like $37 or whatever.
Done.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
wasting
The
my time.
3
Yeah.
hours it would take you to make them. Fuck
Exactly.
that.
I'm like, great, order those two. So I got, I think 12 of those. I'll
You're
put
gonna
one
weld
in
them on?
each. Yeah, I'll put one in each crossmember bay all the way around it.
Nice.
So that way, wherever you're at, you just reach under, clip it in, and then it's locked, and it's not going to fall off. So
Cool.
that's that. I got my wheel and tire for it. Got that mounted up the other day. Went up to King's, and they did it for $5 in like 5 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, usually
ship.
when I go there for a either a bead reseal or like breakdown, reseal, rebalance, it's $15.
Yeah,
it's
this was a
fucking just so
A
cheap.
brand new wheel tire. Didn't need balance. It was $5. I'm like, I couldn't buy a valve stem for $5 and wait.
Yes, yeah.
Literally
waste 5
it's-
minutes.
It is
Yeah.
unbelievable how cheap they are.
Because I was gonna do it myself, so I went home and did it. Started doing it, and immediately sliced my finger on the inside of the wheel.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's steel rim, and there was a little piece of slag. So I went to push it on and slit my finger on it. And I'm like,
Nice.
Fuck this, somebody else's
yeah.
problem.
I'm
now.
like, fuck this. It's going back in the truck. Not dealing
Take
with it.
my for $5.
For
take,
$5.
Take my fucking money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No, that's not bad.
So that'll be good. Once my stuff shows up, I'll probably try to get that mounted Sunday if I have nothing else going on, which that'll be pretty easy.
You're working Saturdays now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 610s, baby. But and then Friday of last week, we mounted the steering up on the Jeep.
Is that Friday?
Yeah, because I had to work the next day. That was Friday.
That was Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was Friday. I went over there to get started on that about 7 o'clock. Marcus usually up like 7:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
All the old steering actually came out pretty decent.
Yeah.
It was, you have to hit it with a hammer a couple times to get it to pop, but I didn't have to like heat any fucking parts and knock them out. So that was pretty good.
Good.
So what I did was I took the wheels off, knocked all the steering out, bolted it back in, bolted the wheels on, set it on the ground. That way the alignment was already set. Then undid the bolts, dropped it back out, tightened the new steering up till it matched, put it back in. So that way I wasn't like,
You're pretty damn close.
it was close enough that I wasn't too concerned about it.
Okay.
While I had it apart, the pitman arm on the steering box was hand loose, which is not good because they should be 185 foot-pounds, which is not hand loose. Considering it's like a 1 inch thread, like it's a big beefy thing holding all the steering together. So tightened that up, mounted the steering.
You're saying the arm to the box?
the pitman arm on the box. There's
Yes.
one nut on the bottom that holds
Yep.
it up tight.
Yeah.
That was
Not
literally
the, I'll say not the ball joint on the bottom side of the pit.
no, the actual pitman arm to the box.
Yeah,
bolt.
which is 185 foot-pounds, I believe.
Yeah, the lock washer on there, you could literally just.
Yeah, I remember seeing his video.
Yeah, I grabbed
yeah.
the
It was
socket,
bad.
grabbed the socket, set it on there, and just turned it loose. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, that's not good. So tightened that. Mounted
They
the,
had good intentions. They probably wanted it tight.
at
but-
some point, it might have been tight, but it's been a while.
yeah.
So mounted the arm from the box down to the passenger side knuckle. That went in fine. The arm from the drag link over to the driver's side knuckle wouldn't fit at all.
Too
Oh,
long
No.
to start.
The ball joint that connects the drag link and the tie rod, it's got a taper to it. For whatever reason, the drag link wasn't tapered. Like, they just forgot to taper it, I guess, because the hole was exactly 1/2 inch. And the taper starts at 9/16 and tapers out to 5/8. So it physically would not go into the arm.
Yeah, not at all.
Now, to be fair, this was a relatively cheap kit, all things considered.
How much you pay for it? Like 180?
It was like 167 plus shipping.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for this price, fucking, I'm not too concerned. So took a drill bit, opened it up one size. That got it about halfway in there. Grabbed another drill bit, put a good taper on the front so it would seat tight. That ended up working pretty good.
Okay.
Got everything mounted up, whatever. And that was the end of Friday. Drove it home. It actually drove relatively decent. There's still play in the steering box because it's
The box itself.
beat to fuck.
Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about how fucked up the KC lighting electrical was?
Yeah, so it's got a set of KC lights up by the windshield, one on each side.
Okay.
There's a switch on the dash, powers a relay by the battery, powers the lights. Pretty straightforward. They don't work. Good. Okay, we'll check it. Like, okay, it's probably the relay. That's pretty standard. Put a new relay in there, no click. Sure. Okay, weird enough. Like, pull the relay out, we'll just bypass it, make sure it's getting current. Pulled the light out, unhooked the wire, checked that. Getting 12 volt to the socket if we bypass the relay.
Yep.
Sick. All right, cool. Well, maybe the light's burnt out. Check it on a 12 volt battery. Light lights up. I'm like, okay, good. We should put this all together, plug it in, and it should light up.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Didn't.
Like,
Interesting.
there's 12 volt in the wiring. The light will light up on 12 volt. You put them together and it doesn't work.
Yeah. So like we tested the switch for continuity. It was fine.
It worked.
Okay.
We tested basically all the way from. Well, okay, so we bypassed the switch, went straight from the battery to the spade connectors in the light housing, 12 volt.
Yeah.
The minute you plug that light up, nothing.
Didn't even flicker.
Yeah.
So
We just kind of gave up on that
yeah,
one.
we messed with that for like probably half an hour. 45
Oh, it was
minutes.
more than that. It was
Well,
about an hour.
between you tearing up the dash and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't know what the fuck that's about. Like,
Marcus tearing up dashes. Never. who'd
Hey,
have thunk?
hey,
Name a better
hey,
duo.
Hey,
hey,
didn't fuck up the AC like Andy did
For
on
the
our
first
trip.
time, Marcus didn't fuck up an
Hey,
AC. Yeah.
for
Oh,
one.
It wasn't me. It was you.
Sure.
well, this one wasn't you.
Yeah.
I might have something. I don't know if I'm gonna blame it on you yet or not.
Oh, did you find out something?
So Nick was coming down this weekend, so he was gonna pick it up, drive it, whatever.
Yeah.
Nami.
Not this Nick, other Nick. One of my like 15 people I know named Nick.
Kind of
Yeah,
pissed
but-
now.
There's a lot.
So I get that I'll finish, drive it home, whatever. So he was coming down today. Well, he was coming down. He left Minnesota last night at 8:00, which means he gets here at like 2 a.m.
Yep.
My phone rings at 3 a.m.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
and I'm like,
Sounds like him.
huh. I'm like, this isn't ideal because he knows where the key is. The doors are unlocked.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And you
Oh.
want to continue sleeping.
okay. Answer the phone. I'm like, hello. He's like, hey, are you awake? I'm like,
I
kinda.
am now.
Wow.
He's like, the wheel just fell off. And I'm like, this is me at 3 a.m. I'm like,
Of the Jeep?
it did what? He's like, yeah, the front wheel just fell off. Like, did you forget to tighten these lug nuts? And I'm like, well, I guess, because they're not on there anymore. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm about halfway home. I'm just like, you want me to come help you? He's like, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so repeat
You're
this.
shitting
Where was
me.
he going?
Holy
In
shit.
what?
He was going from my house to his parents' house
Which
Yeah.
is where?
by
Hennepin.
Hennepin.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he just got here
He got here
at 2
at 2,
and then drove to his parents'
took the
house.
roof and doors off here,
Yeah, okay.
and
I've
then
seen
started
that.
driving there.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, well, hold on. Here's my first question. Did it damage anything?
No.
Okay.
So
God
good.
sent right there.
so this is
Nobody got hurt.
this is 3 a.m. His wife is sleeping on my couch. I don't really want to wake her up to be like, hey, I didn't kill your husband, but I got stuff to go do now at 3 a.m. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go quietly. Like, I'll just, take my time.
Yeah.
Got dressed, go down there, grab the floor jack, grab impact, grab sockets. I'm just like, whatever the fuck happened, apparently, because I must have set them with the impact and not actually torque wrenched them. So I'm like, well, at least I know that they weren't tight.
Yeah, you ran them all down.
Yeah. I snugged them up because it was in the air probably when I
Yeah,
snugged them up.
yeah.
I just didn't ever hit the second torque, which is the first time I've ever done that. Hopefully the last, but
You know what probably happened was
you put the torque wrench away before I was done with it.
Ooh, get fucked, nerd.
Ooh.
I did not put the torque wrench away.
Notice how he always
I know
has an
that.
excuse for things like
No, no,
that.
no, 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 no.
Because-
Hold on. Listen. I started cleaning up
Yes.
my stuff, and then
Right.
you started cleaning up your
Yeah.
stuff, and then we both finished cleaning.
We just kept cleaning stuff
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So that got completely missed in the
I'll
process.
I'll take a bit of blame for that.
give you about
Yeah.
25%.
Fuck, I'll even take 30.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I'm like, it's fucking 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, great.
It's always fucking something.
So, of course, all the lug nuts on that corner are gone because they flew off down the
Yeah,
road
just-
to lose
yeah.
the tire.
Where did you have more?
So, we've got a box of lug nuts here
Yeah.
in our parts bin. So I just grabbed the whole box, grabbed the spares off my truck from my stock wheels. I'm like, hopefully, fucking 3 of these are close enough that we
Yeah.
can get it off the road.
Yeah, 2. Worst case.
On a 5 lug, yeah, it'll be all right. But drive all the way there, like it's like half in the ditch. Like I'm like, man, I'm like, this is not ideal for my fucking morning. Of course, he's in like a goofy mood about it. He's like, fuck, everything's fine, whatever.
Yeah, sounds
I was
like
like,
him.
I'm still alive.
Pretty much. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, let's like we'll try to lift this corner up. Can't get the jack under the axle because
Yeah,
it's halfway in the
It's
ditch.
in the ditch. And yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's all
like,
fucked up.
okay. I'm like, well, I'm gonna back this up.
Doesn't
He's like, huh? I'm like, yeah. 4 low,
Just
reverse.
pull it backwards. Yeah.
But wait a minute, doesn't he
Oh,
have
you
a farm
drove
jack
the
on the
Jeep.
back?
He does have a high lift jack. He doesn't know how to use a high lift jack.
Do you know how to use a high lift jack?
I do,
I mean, they're dangerous as
Probably
fuck.
the pins are all rusted, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
but I just brought a floor jack
Yeah, might as
and the scissor jack out of my truck.
Yeah.
That'd be way easier than messing with that.
I
Oh, yeah.
fucking farm jacks are great until they're
Because the problem is
inconvenient,
the
yeah.
tire that was on was still in the ditch, so it was sitting flat, but one side had a tire on and it was leaned over into the ditch.
Oh yeah, so what tire did it lose and what ditch was it in?
Driver's side tire came off. It was in the passenger side ditch, just like
Yep,
turned
yep.
45 degrees into that ditch.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm gonna back this up. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yep. Put the Jeep in 4 low, put it in reverse, and just scraped it backwards across the road, sitting on.
It already made its way to the ditch.
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
fucking
I mean,
another 3
I've
feet ain't gonna
seen
hurt.
some videos of like customer complains that they
Yeah,
did
customer
this and it
states.
fixed, and it's like a quarter of the bottom of the fucking rotor is gone because I was on the highway and I had to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, this slid on the 4-link mount on the bottom of the
thank
axle.
fuck.
So it didn't. It hit like the diff and like either the knuckle or 4-link mount. So it didn't like hit the rotor at all, which was awesome.
Wow.
So I just scrape it backwards as he's over there like, oh no, like don't be doing that. I'm like, this is it.
Well,
So put the jack underneath the 4-link arm to get it up a little bit. Put the scissor jack underneath there to move it around.
Yeah.
Eventually get it up. Okay, let's check lug nuts.
Mm-hmm.
None of them fit right. The only ones we had were fucking. They were metric thread on a standard thread nut,
Okay.
or vice versa. I don't know
Yikes.
which, but they would not thread. I'm like, okay. It's like, or we had put the wheel in there, tried to thread them. The impact sockets I brought are too big to fit in the wheel. Of course.
Oh yeah. Yep. Impact.
So I'm
sockets,
fucking basically at McNabb, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, do I want to drive the 20 minutes home to figure this out right now? I'm like, do you have a lug wrench? He's like, no. Okay. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to my parents' house because it's closer at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
something,
half distance there.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, here, look through these lug nuts, see if you can find any good ones. I'm gonna go grab a bunch of sockets.
yeah.
So drive home. Of course, it's 4 in the morning.
4. Yeah.
It's 1,000% humidity, so my windows fogged the entire time.
Yeah.
Ran out of washer fluid, trying to keep it clean.
Sick.
Because when you're trying to do 90 miles an hour in the dark with a
Yeah.
tinted windshield, you kind of want to see as
A
much as you
little
can.
bit.
A
you
little
know?
bit more than your tint will
a
allow.
little bit more than, well, hypothetically, but So as I turn onto my road, I go to pull in the driveway, and I'm like, the garage light's on. I'm like, Dad's leaving for work right now, isn't he?
Morning, Dad.
As I pull in the driveway, he's like walking into the garage. He like looks over at me and just like looks back and just keeps walking. I'm
As
like,
if Brad hasn't done the same
Fucking
fucking thing
Greg.
So I just
multiple times.
run over to the shop, grab the sockets, drive out.
Yeah.
He texts me like an hour later. He's like, I'm assuming that was you this morning. I'm like,
Refuses to elaborate.
I'm like,
leaves.
yeah, this is what happened. He's like, oh crap, that sucks. I'm just like,
The exact opposite of refuses to elaborate and leaves is Greg. Not my pig, not my farm. I'm going to work.
I think that's either one of my sons or one of his friends. I don't give
Yeah.
a
Oh
fuck.
God, yeah.
yeah, we're either getting robbed this morning or something else. I'm like,
Yeah. But for Greg to just walk out and be like, nah.
yeah, that's an absolute not my problem moment.
Yeah.
And I cannot blame him one.
Notice how he waited until hopefully whatever you were doing was fixed to
Yeah.
text you.
He texted me
not when you
Yeah.
pulled in the driveway.
He texted me about 5 o'clock instead of at 4 o'clock when this happened.
Yeah, when you were probably on your way back home.
I had just gotten home when he texted
Yeah.
me, and I'm like,
Exactly.
I could totally just see him.
Yeah.
Was that you? Yeah, I'm doing this. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank God I didn't have to fucking get involved.
the actual text was, good morning. I'm assuming that was you in the shop this morning.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Oh,
yep, that was like, I had to go fix Nick's Jeep, this and that. He's like, oh crap. I'm like, yep, that was.
So sorry, Greg. It's a bad morning, clearly, because I'm at your house at fucking 4.
Honestly, it could have been worse, but
Oh,
so
fuck.
grab sockets, drive all the way back there. None of the lug nuts fit. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're stealing
Rob them off of each other wheel.
take one off
Yeah.
each other wheel, get it on there. Like that ended up working pretty good. Like
Good enough.
the threads on the lug or on the studs weren't fucked up from the wheels sliding off. The
Good.
brake was still perfectly fine. Like it was the best case scenario for a wheel falling off driving down the road that it could
Yeah.
have been. So
Nice.
Sick.
so I took that one on the pride a little bit. I'm like, damn, like I fucked up this one.
It sucks because it wasn't
Well,
even you who got the
yeah.
consequences of it,
But
too.
you fixed
so.
it, so
Yeah, to be fair, it drove from my parents' house back to my house and all the way to McNabb before one came loose. And to be fair, he probably could have noticed it coming off before it fell off.
He was already, but he's not
But-
used to the new steering. He's used to the old shit.
Ian,
He's like,
you
oh
should
yeah,
have
we're just
heard
kind of
that.
falling.
Because
in.
remember you on the Washington Trip with thunk, thunk, thunk,
But
thunk.
Oh, yeah.
this is an open top Jeep with the radio playing. Like you're not hearing shit.
Oh, well,
yeah.
he
No.
probably heard a noise of
No, there was.
There's just no way you're not
He's
hearing
like
that.
he's like I was driving and then I just like fell over 6 inches. And I'm like,
yeah, that happens.
because he had his buddy following him home in their wife's car because they were,
Yeah.
you know, they had to get both cars because he had to use the other car during the day.
yep.
He's like, I thought you fell asleep at the wheel. I was so confused.
I thought the Jeep itself was taking a nap. I don't know,
He's like,
man.
then I stopped and it made a lot more sense. I'm like, yeah, this adds up. I'm like,
Christ.
well, fuck. So I get back home, you know, unload all the tools out of the truck, whatever, and it's 5 a.m.
time to go to work.
I start work at 7 a.m. I'm like, the fuck do I do right now? I'm like,
For 2 hours.
I'm like, do I go try to sleep for an hour and a half till my alarm goes off?
Yeah, right.
Or I'm like, do I just stay up? Do I start working? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like I stood there for like 15 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm like, I'm gonna go upstairs, lay in bed, but watch YouTube. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to sleep. You know,
But you're going to rest.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
relax, turn the light off. You know,
Yep.
that lasts about 20 minutes. Fucking honk shoe, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
And I wake up to my alarm. I'm like, oh, falling asleep was the wrong choice.
Yeah, because now you're
Fucking-
extra tired. Yeah.
Because now it resets all the sleep you got.
Yep.
You're back to
Yep.
half an hour of
Yeah.
sleep.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, this was so dumb. Like, why did I do that?
Yep. That is why every single time, if it is past 4 a.m. and I get called out to work, I'm just
You just stay up.
going to start my day.
Exactly.
Because
And that's-
there's not people in the office, so fuck it. I'm just going to do what I got to do, and I just leave early.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, because I don't want to go upstairs and make a bunch of noise because his wife's asleep on my couch because she works from home, so she's using my internet while they're down here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to go up there and fucking turn lights on and do stuff. So I'm like,
What day did all this happen, by the way?
today,
Okay.
this morning.
I was just.
Oh,
I was
fuck.
curious.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
this
thought-
is today.
I thought that was
no,
like-
yeah, I didn't,
Okay,
I didn't
yeah,
know
the way
which
you were
day
describing
this
this, I thought
was.
this was like last week.
Yeah.
No, this was
yeah.
this morning.
Well, I saw his Snapchat story
fuck.
was him in in the Jeep. I was like,
that was actually a thing.
I literally, I'm like, no, his Jeep's here.
Yeah.
It's not up in it's not in Minnesota yet. I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, the Snapchat he sends me.
Hold on,
just
let me
says-
see.
That's his fucking
It
sense
says
of
it
humor,
ain't got
too.
no gas in it. and the wheel's just
The
sitting
wheel
next
is
to the
3
Jeep.
feet off of the Jeep. Yeah.
He's like, it rolled down the road like 50 feet.
I gotta meet him.
Ain't got no gas in
Say,
He's an interesting man.
he is the average goofy ass Marine.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah, oh
is-
yeah, correct.
But I'm just like, man, I'm like,
Christ.
what a day to have a day.
So speaking of internet, did you get finally switched over to fiber yet?
No,
Bastards.
they came and stole my spool back,
Well, I mean that's
Yeah.
fine.
But you
'cause
got
it's
your-
done.
but they didn't hook it up.
You
So
need to bitch and moan.
supposedly, like I'm not gonna give them shit because they had the guy that mainly runs it had like a family thing happen. So
Okay,
I'm not
fair
gonna give him shit on that because he thought the other guy was gonna take care of it while he was out.
And
The other
you
guy
just
thought he was gonna
didn't.
take care of
Yeah.
it, so we got reset to the back of the line, which is apparently it worked great today because she was using it all day.
That's
She's
good.
like the most it cut out was a couple seconds. Like it was
Nice.
almost flawless today. So
Good.
them slowing it down definitely helped, but
Breaking news
Oh,
on Nick's phone purchase here.
It just shipped, and now it's gonna be here Monday
let's go.
Yeah.
instead of fucking next Friday.
That's what we love to
So
see.
now I gotta get my case tonight now, because I'm not raw dogging.
I thought.
a
Wait,
Oh,
wasn't
brand
that the
phone.
D brand?
Did you? You
No,
didn't
this
read
was
that at
this
all.
was the phone.
No.
No.
Yeah, you sent a.
Yeah, what
in
was that
Discord,
D
You sent a
brand?
D
If
brand.
any-
I thought
Oh,
I thought you would have already bought your new
So,
phone case.
If any of you could read, you know
Oh,
exactly what it was.
I
So
read it.
No,
what
I didn't-
happened was I was gonna buy it when I was at work,
had
but
it in
then
your
I got a
cart.
rush.
Yeah.
Like I was about to hit checkout, but then I got a rush and I
Rush.
turned my phone off. And
Oh, yeah.
naturally, because my battery is shit, it died sitting in standby.
Oof.
Sick.
Yeah.
So then I got home, put on the charger, and then I had that nice email waiting for me.
Yeah, they're like,
Gotcha.
hey, you left an item in your cart. The fuck's wrong with you? Buy it. Is
Oh, yeah,
pretty much
no, I
what it
didn't-
said.
Yeah.
Buy it.
I just saw
bitch.
we're coming for you. I'm like,
Yeah, it was
awfully
very-
threatening, D brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's on brand for
oh
it,
yeah,
but,
absolutely. I thought it was funny. But
Yeah, they are exactly those people.
No, I gotta think of what to put in special instructions because I usually have them draw me a meme, and they do really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I think I'm getting old. I don't know what meme's trending now.
Have them do the Titan sub.
They'll just draw a little pile of rubble. They're not going to draw anything.
No, they're just gonna crumple a
An
sticky
air
note in there
bubble.
and be like drawing.
Be like, draw me a Logitech controller sitting on the ocean floor, please.
Nothing's gonna top what they did to my buddy though.
That was brutal. I
What
can't believe.
was that again?
He just write a funny joke, and the day before he was expected to get his actual like skin and case, it was just an empty package. So then the next day he got his case and then a sticky note that said "Good joke," right?
That's so
That's
good.
good.
That's a fucking W right there.
How cool does it have to be that dude, that shipping guy at the
Oh, yeah.
warehouses?
He goes, I know what a good
So-
joke would be.
It's supposed to be empty. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You've been trolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal.
But
I love it.
speaking of shipping stuff, my cot came in. I'm gonna test it out
Oh,
this
yes.
weekend, and then
Okay.
I'll drop it off at your house.
Cool.
Very cool.
Oh, to see if you
I mean, I
like
could
it.
just go to your house, save the.
I mean, that
Loading
works
stuff,
too.
yeah.
He has to get kale anyway.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well,
It'll make
so
more
I haven't
sense.
slept on it at all. I was gonna sleep on it last night, but then my back hurt after doing
okay.
all of
Oh, manual
pickles and
labor,
shit.
huh?
No, it's not manual labor. It's me leaned over the sink for hours.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So I don't
The
like
roles
doing
are supposed to be
dishes.
reversed, buddy.
Yeah.
Got him. You and them cucumbers just having a hell of a heyday.
Especially that one that I picked.
That fucking 12-ounce
The
fucking
double
big boy.
Coke can.
Double cocaine. It's
She,
like
she a tall
it
boy.
was like a pack of tennis balls in a tube sock.
That's a fucking liter bottle. I think
That's
beefy.
yeah.
I will admit, I rounded the corner and said, "Does this look familiar?" And she leaned over and goes, "Absolutely not."
Who is this man?
She's like, oh, I knew a guy like that once. And you're like, oh, no.
Oh,
Rip.
On that note, let's end this
shit.
shit.
yeah, it's about time.
Yeah,
Good
there's
one, boys.
Well, thanks for tuning in. If you did, if you didn't, then you're not hearing this.
And fuck you, whoever's not hearing this.
Yeah,
God bless.
You don't
Share
choose
with-
Big Red, then fuck you.
share it with your cool friends, none of your lame friends. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.